Since I completed the pond renovation, I've been working on finishing up the bridge, which I haven't been able to work on for 2 years, simply because I was either not able to walk and move about, or I was recovering from the 3 surgeries that I had last year, replacing my hips and my knee. So let's take a look at what I've gotten done. I just continued doing the same kind of texturing, putting another layer of concrete on the unfinished parts and texturing them. Most of that was on the far side railing and the cross pieces in between. Let's take a look at what that looks like at this point. We'll walk around there. So this is what the texturing looks like at this point. All this part has to do to have done now is to have the stain put on to make it look like weathered wood. And it's amazing how long this actually takes to do. It's a slow process. Takes quite a bit of time. Going up this other side. Well, what do you think, Sonny? What do you think of the bridge? Huh? We got these cross pieces done. Some of the railing itself will have to be re-stained because I managed to spill a lot of stuff on it. But there's the cross pieces that have been textured to supposedly look like wood, and all I have left at this point is just this piece right here. So we'll go mix up some mix to do this, and actually about half of this one needs done too, so about 1.5 little pieces. The rest of this is already done and even stained. That was done 2 years ago. So we'll go do a little mix. Okay, this mix is going to be a 1-to-1. This is Portland cement. And I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups of Portland cement in there, and then we're going to get 2 grades of sand here. And we'll put 1, 2, 3 of those. And we'll put 2 of the finer one in. 1, 2. So I've got 5 cups of sand, 5 cups of Portland cement. Here goes the guy to work. He'll be back at 9:08. And I've got to put in 20% metakaolin. Metakaolin is a powder. Got some chunks in this. Gonna get a little damp. Okay. So this is metakaolin. Putting 1 cup in. This is 5 cups of cement. That's 20% metakaolin. Then I'm going to put in it's kind of chilly today, so while it's set up, I'm going to put in about that much in a 1/4 cup, where this is a 1/3 cup of CSA cement. That'll speed its setting up because it's kind of cool today. Silica fume. It's I'll put about 1/3 of a cup in it, just for the particle packing aspect. And then I'm also going to put in a little bit of, that's about this much, Zypex. And the last element I'm going to put in here is a small amount of PVA fiber. And that's going to be our mix. And then I'm going to take a garden trowel and I'm going to start mixing this. If I see any lumps like that or another tail, I'm just going to mix it, crush it. Do a real good, thorough dry mix. Need a real good dry mix. And everything. Turn this a little bit. Pretty well mixed up. And then what we have to add is some 3-to-1 acrylic water. I'm going to put about that much in. I know that's about right. And we want this awfully dry. That's exactly what I want. I want it to start to clump up like that. You see it start to clump. Can't do any more with it. Take the hand and start kneading it. Like bread dough. And then roll the corners, dry stuff out of there. Keep mixing it in. The next 5 minutes or so, this will slake, and in other words, it's going to take in a lot of the water into the metakaolin and a little bit of silica fume, and it will thicken up even more. And but that's going to end up working a lot like clay you can put on. Take it out to the site and be ready to put it on. Okay, I have a little container. Of 3-to-1 water acrylic. If I can get the top off. Apply some of that. The bonding agent. Will help with the stick. Okay. We have a bucket of water up there. Put my hands in. Keep my gloves wet. Now let's see, is that the best place for that camera? Let's see, I think I'll move the camera over here. Maybe I can get a better shot of it. Okay, still recording. All right, I'm just going to reach in here and get a chunk of this. Now, just in a few minutes, it's been since I mixed this. This has slaked up, and now you can see it's much heavier. So I'll take a chunk of that, wet my glove, flatten this out like a pancake, and then I'm going to apply this with a horn blow. My wife is home. Sonny, Grandma's home. Use that wet glove and smooth this out. Just take another piece. Hello, Grandma. How you doing?
Hey, did you get a little rest with your feet up?
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have that working again.
Nolan asked me if we had everything back to normal, and I said, little by little, you fix all the problems yourself. You didn't have to call anybody.
Yeah, it's nice not to have to call an electrician in. Found that one problem.
I guess we don't have to worry about $1,000 deductible.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, I forgot
What?
to mail the bills that I wrote before I took it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll take Sunny and we'll go to the drive-up mailbox.
Oh, sounds like a good idea.
Huh?
Sounds like a good idea.
You want to go by in the car with your answer?
You go in the car with Grandma, Sonny. My wife was referring to is we had a storm go through here about 48 hours ago. It wasn't an especially big storm, but we've been sleeping downstairs. I sleep in a recliner because of my hips and knee. Makes it a little easier for me, and so I'm sleeping right next to the outside window. The storm came through, there was some distant rumbling, and all of a sudden there was an enormous explosion, and I thought lightning had hit the house. Scared the living daylights out of me and the poor dog and my wife. All kinds of crazy things going on. I went to get up out of my recliner, and of course it knocked the TV off. I tried to get on to see what was going on radar wise. Our internet was out. Crazy recliner wouldn't work. Push the button to let the footrest down, and nothing happened. Wouldn't work. So I was afraid that maybe lightning had struck the house. I'm almost 80 years old. Hard for me to get up and downstairs and maybe check out the attic. And I thought, what if there's a fire in the attic? And so I called 911 and I asked for either a fireman or a police officer to come by and help me check out, make sure the house wasn't on fire. And turned out it hit a tree out front, a tree that I had planted in 1974, and the tree literally exploded. But the lightning bolt actually went through the ground, and our service is underground service, so it followed the service line into the house and did all kinds of crazy things. Our microwave didn't work anymore. Our portable telephones didn't work anymore. There was a circuit in the basement that was completely out. And so we didn't find anything else other than that. The cop was real good. Kind of calmed me down a little bit. But we found out that we had all this damage. So over the last 48 hours, I had to call the cable company. They came out and they told me that two things had burned out. One was our router. The main port in the router had burned out, so I needed to go get a new router. My desktop computer, the Ethernet port in it had been burned out. So I drove over to DeKalb and I got a new router. We got a USB external Ethernet port, Got that all hooked up. Got the cable, got the internet back. Got everything working that way. Got online and ordered a new power supply for my recliner. It came today and replaced it, and it works just fine now. And I ordered a new set of telephones, portable telephones for the house. They'll be here in a week. And then I traced the line down the basement, the line that was out, traced it back. I didn't see that there was a breaker that was out. That was the line that was out, so I took the cover off the breaker box and tapped the breaker with the back of the screwdriver, and the switch looked a little funny on it, so I went ahead and flipped it off anyway and back on. And by gosh, the thing came back on. So I got my circuit back without having to call an electrician. Got everything fixed except the portable phone system, and that'll be done very, very shortly. Got just a tiny bit more here. I don't like the way that looks there. Just a wet glove. Smooth that out pretty well. That's it, pretty well smoothed out. Use that brush. And just pull the brush a little bit. Make it look like rain through there. And now we need to add some stuff. This is really one of those icing spatulas that I ground down and bent a little bit. And I see a bump right here, so I'm just going to go like this. So, kind of like there was a knot there. And, little one here. Here. And maybe branches, so those little things are knots where the branches were coming out. That's enough of that. Take a fork, plain old dinner fork, and drag it through, and you know that grain would go around. You back already?
Where's Grandpa? Uh-oh, watch out, Grandpa, he sees you.
Uh-oh, here comes the puppy.
Here comes the puppy.
Hi, Sonny. Hi, Sonny. Fork is done. And take that brush again. Brush. And then just take very lightly over that. Smooth out those fork marks. I'm going to take this little tool, it's called a feather wire. Yellow jackets. I hate this time of year. And we just drag that through and that makes real fine little lines. So we can put some grain in that. Knots. Do it. Okay, good enough. And I'll take a razor knife. And usually there's cracks go into a knot. Cracks in there. Generalized cracks. Okay, good enough. There's our texture. Okay, so there's that textured and this one. So tomorrow they'll be hard, especially because we added some CSA to it. And tomorrow we'll do some staining. Now the people that have the stain, that I get it from, recommend waiting 28 days to stain. But because I use metakaolin and silica fume in it, because they are pozzolans, they would use up the calcium hydroxide very quickly that the stain needs to activate. So I will be staining these, and these have only been done for a few days, and it works well that way. This is the tree we're talking about, and here's what happened to it. A lot of this bark is very loose. But anyway, that's the tree that got hit by lightning. And right behind that window is where my recliner is. So it's 25 feet from there to here, an additional 28 feet away from where I was sleeping. That's where the lightning struck. And the tree is damaged pretty good. Piece of bark from the tree in the front yard. On the top of my garage. There's the house. And the tree is out in front on the other side of the house. That's how bad that explosion was. Okay, so we're going to start acid staining. This stuff looks like it's going to be one color, but it will definitely change as it reacts with the concrete. And it takes a little while, hours perhaps. We'll just let it react. Set it on so I can see what's going on. While I'm looking here. And we'll end up having a woody color. And we'll continue with that through the whole bridge.